have the chance to get tickets to see a saxophonist, right? But now that we are here, and now I have one more thing to tell you. You see, it is your consistency, it is your faith, and most importantly, it is your wish, right? To have a day like Friday where you come on radio and just be as easy as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, that for me is what makes you beautiful.
You're insecure. Don't
to your conversation station 92.3 Nigeriainfo. My name is Jude or Mamegbe. Now, our starter this morning, like I said a few moments ago, is about food. Yes, indeed, about food. Now, I remember telling you guys, alluding to you, was that a Monday or Tuesday when I wasn't here? Right? Yeah, I think it was a Monday. And then when I returned, I told you guys, look, I can't wait to get back home because, my plantains were ripe. Boom. I need to have rice and plantain. No, I made porridge. With some fish. Oh, gename. Anywho, so during my visits to the market, I regularly take a look at the BUKAs. For those of you who are too bougie to know, here in Nigeria, street vendors and small places, small restaurants where you don't find the fancy lights and the air conditioning are known as BUKAs. In some states, for example, in Abuja, that's Federal Capital Territory, the term BUKA has now even, metamorphosized into some type of restaurant. So you have some places where you go, oh, Amala BUKA, Shita BUKA. It's all fancy and everything. The idea is to give you the flavor and the feel of a street vending place for food in particular, right? But with ACs and everything. But you see, no matter how they Bukarize a restaurant, a fast food restaurant, it is still not the same as when Jude goes to Emembong's place, where we sit down in a small plastic chair sometimes, you see grass around sometimes, yes, and they bring the food in stainless steel bowl sometimes, and we eat and we're happy. In nylon bags, we tear it. Or my favorite thing right now, more and more in raffia palm. You can't in palm leaves. You cannot go wrong with that. But you see, our focus this morning, ladies and gentlemen, is on the pricing. I have noticed, and I don't have the stats, but just when the MBS, and also the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, were stating about 2 or 3 months ago that, look, because of the inflation, businesses are closing. People, entrepreneurs are finding it harder and harder to keep up. I see on my status very regularly people who have businesses, the caterers, the bakers, the fryers, those who are sewing clothes. In fact, one post just said, look, if you are still in business, you try. If you are still patronizing the business, you try as well. But you see, one business that seemingly has not been too badly hit, seemingly, I don't have the data, are the street vendors, aka the BUKA. Our street meals, from bole and fish, to buying moi moi, to buying puff puff, to buying akara and bread, to buying rice and beans and yam in one combo every morning, to buying jollof rice and something that looks like fried rice in the night. Those of you who are around UST, that's RSU, and you put the junctions when you go there to buy at night, all these places somehow are still in business. So my question to you is this: how are these food vendors, these street food vendors, how are they still staying in business in this economy when, if you go around and I did, that's one of the reasons why I went around over the weekend. I was waiting for this Friday to tell you. Most of the fast food restaurants I visited, ladies and gentlemen, they were experiencing low patronages. Some were fuller than others, but by and large, we could not, when I say we, I'm talking about myself and the few people I went with, we could not comprehend that in some places you find maybe 10, 15 people. But early in the morning, at Yabo stand, you are seeing no less than 20 people. On a Sunday morning, there's a BUKA on my street. On a Sunday morning, when people are going to church, the place is full. There's a popular place in GRA. I don't want to call anybody's name or anybody's ancestor. 12 o'clock, what am I saying 12? 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning, the place is full. What are these vendors doing that the restaurants are not doing? And then, as an aside, let me ask you, how much, when you call me, those of you that like to eat BUKA like Jude, you call me and tell me how much is your plate of BUKA food in today's Nigeria. Let us tell ourselves some truths.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. 6. All right, as always, please turn on the volume of your radio set, refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments, and above all, keep your conversations civil. All right, let's have an easygoing conversation this wonderful morning. 90.3 Friday. Good morning.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
George.
Welcome.
Yeah, Jude. You know, when you go to places like Lagos, you see a wagon and bread. Very cheap and affordable. You see where they sell shepherd, monkey face, soja root. Abi? You go to places like Osun, Oshogbo, you see things like bread and akara, A&B.
Even here too.
Very affordable. But Jude, in Port Harcourt, are we still buying a bole and fish?
Me I'm buying, but you see that bread akara, bread is 350 now. Akara 100 naira own is very small, but you see people still go and buy that akara A and B like you just stated, and we don't see people going to buy meat pie and fish pie in the fast food restaurants.
That's what I'm saying. In those areas, it is more expensive, so people now begin to look for alternatives. They have food that those areas are known. Like if you go to Lagos, then you.
Oh dear. Hello. Okay. All right. We're going on a break. So maybe when we come back, we get to hear from him again. All right. So, okay. So there's a price difference. I can understand. But historically, let's be honest, right? Many of the fast food restaurants have always been way more expensive. I eat there sometimes, and I will not lie to you. You know, let's say last year or the year before, you know, I'll go to my BUKA and buy, you know, a bar, native soup or something for like 700 naira. But sometimes I will still go to those big restaurants and eat. But people are not doing that. from the same butchers. I buy from the same women who sell tomatoes and pepper. I buy, from the same men and women who sell yams, potatoes, and plantains. So just like every other person, I am feeling the brunt. The same thing for the supermarkets. I go into the same supermarkets like everybody else does. I buy the same canned goods, the same wines, the same drinks. I buy the same water like everybody, and I know how much it costs. Everybody's feeling the brunt. 38% increase, 38% inflation is nothing to smile about. And if we're looking at it in real world terms, everybody knows that, things have gotten up to nearly twice their prices from just the start of this year alone. But the people who seemingly are doing an amazing job right now are the street vendors, aka the BUKAs. Now, like I said before, from as long as I could remember, if you were to go to buy meat pie, for example, from a fast food restaurant, it was always more expensive than when you were going to buy it from Mama Mabong's place, just down your street. Her meat pie might be good, but more often than not, it wasn't as tasty as, the other place, at the fast food restaurant. Sometimes it could be, sometimes it wasn't. But the point I'm trying to make, what we're trying to find out this morning is this. We all go to the same common markets or markets. And we know that their prices will always be there's always going to be a disparity if you go to a restaurant or a hotel or if you go to the BUKAs. But even with the fact that remember the many people were buying yams in this state for about 8,000 or 9,000 naira. No joke. That wasn't that July, August? 9,000 naira for a tuber of yam, a big tuber of yam. I priced it myself. 9,000 naira. Right? I remember very clearly. People would not readily buy porridge or pottage from the fast food restaurant, but every morning, and it's an amazing thing. I have about 4 BUKA women on the street I live on, and indeed on the east-west road that I traverse every day. These vendors are still in business. How are they doing it? What systems are they using? How are they able to meet the demand despite the rising cost? These are the questions I'm trying to find out this morning. Let's not forget, when you call in, I also want to find out how much is your plate of rice and stew and 1 piece of meat or 1 pomo, as you may, or fish now, as you may, be able to afford these days.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0007, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0007. At Nigeria Info, PH at Nigeria Info. PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info. PH at Nigeria Info. PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 08090306416, 08090306416. That's where you find us. As always, please turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see or hear. Biko, please do not make mention of it, and very importantly, keep your conversations civil. All right, let's get to hear from you. We're talking about street vending foods this morning, and my question is, how are these vendors, particularly the street vendors, the people online, the caterers, those who are baking, cakes and what, they are through the roof. They are complaining. And I am not saying that the BUKA women and men, because if you don't know now, at Alakaya Junction, Choba Junction, and indeed there are men who are into the street vending food, aka the BUKA business as well. They are selling rice, jollof rice. In fact, there's a couple I buy food from. The man is the one that serves the rice and the fish, and he cooks it, because I've seen him cook the food. All right, so it's not just about the men who are involved, in this business. They are also complaining, but somehow it looks as though they are thriving. How? When everybody is going to the same markets. All right, Calvin here says, Drew, good morning. It's all about packaging. See, I know one big boy on my street that always used to like to buy food from, I won't mention this name. All right, so a big fast food restaurant. That was what he used to do every single day. He will enter, buy rice, buy chicken, buy drinks, and come back. But now, I don't see the guy for our area where we dey chop, but he still buys big food. He'll still buy rice, meat, and everything, but it's not in the way he would buy if he was to go to those fast food restaurants. Those fast food restaurants, Jude, they will charge you for them opening the door for you. They will charge you for sitting down in their nice chairs. They will also charge you for the AC that you are going to enjoy. Our BUKA people don't send you. If you like, don't come and eat. Be there waiting for AC. Kelvin says. If you like, don't come and eat. Be waiting for AC. Kelvin probably has a point here. It's all about packaging. The fast food restaurants, the hotels, those of you who are online vendors. Oh yeah, I'd like to hear from you guys as well. There's an extra, zing, an extra service that you offer. So maybe that's why it's more expensive, right? Maybe that's why, the women, look, come to Choba from 6 o'clock in the evening. It's like a whole village. A whole village. And I can imagine how those fast food restaurants feel, because they are looking at these vendors, with their customers. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning to you.
You, good morning.
Good morning.
The customer, the right hand for their head. Oh, that's not my customer, Judo. So what is he doing in Long Bench restaurant? But you, truth be told, the woman who owned that Long Bench restaurant, if you come 2-3 times, she don't know you, 2 of us.
True, they know what you even want to eat.
You may just forget your wallet at home. I say, madam, sorry, you know me now. I say, yes, you know me now. Make I just eat, Tomorrow when I be pass, I'll give you the money. Will she allow you or not? So when you go to those big boy phones, those big ones now that you're talking about that doesn't stay in business, they will not give you such privilege. That is one. 2, you are paying for the light. You're paying VAT.
As Kevin said.
You're paying pay tax. You're even paying service charges and everything. Who will not want to just to eat? Who will not want to avoid all those ones by just going to a place where you can just have that freedom? There is this guy that left Port Harcourt, some guys anyway, left Port Harcourt for Delta, for Beria. When they were there, they were like, oh, give me stout. Bam. They don't bring them. Bring this. One guy said, look, this place is too organized for my liking. Let's go to a place that is not too organized so that we can organize ourselves. And from there, you become part. This one, he wants to start. He said, no. So say, I adjust this seat that is supposed to be for 2. It becomes for 3. From there, say the guy they support one club where they support. But then another change number. For those big housing, everybody on your own, you don't even have the right to move from your table to another table. But this on a freestyle, so more of those stuff will continue to survive.
But let me ask you. I need to ask you now. One of the reasons why these fast food restaurants became very successful, apart from the branding and everything, was the perception of hygiene. And please, let's be honest, you and I sound like we have both eaten in plenty bukas. Plenty bukas in this Port Harcourt they know my name, they probably know my boxer color. Okay? But we know that when we see those, restaurants, they wash the plates where it is heated, the food is always steaming.
Those roadside are also copying hygiene. Now, do you know they go for training? Some of them even go for tests and even put their fitness certificate under their table.
Wow.
You ask them, go show you.
Wow.
So the idea of hygiene or no hygiene does not even arrive anymore. But those enjoyment, those social activities that happen, you meet one girl there, money where you for take shop alone now, you don't pay for her, pay for yourself. You still go with your esteem high. What are we talking about here?
Okay, all right.
Let's continue to encourage our people.
All right, so the BUKAs are doing something that the other restaurants, the fast food restaurants, are not doing. The last caller says, look, they are offering you a chance to engage, to socially interact, as opposed to coming to a fast food restaurant where you sit down and, like he said, everybody on your own. Do you agree? Is that the reason why these, BUKAs all across, and I mean across the city, I'm making a confession now. I told you guys Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was on the move. And all the time I was moving around, obviously, I like food. I stopped somewhere to buy something to eat. And as I was moving, I just kept on paying attention to these places. Did I enter a fast food restaurant? Yes. Did I buy something? Yes. But did you go and buy suya? Oh, I forgot to mention, suya too. It's a different ball game. Meat is expensive, chicken is expensive, but you go inside the fast food restaurant to buy chicken, fried chicken or whatnot, right? How much is it now? I don't know. I can't remember the last time I bought. Let me not lie. But you still see, there's one not too far from where we are. In the evenings, there's a small crowd from about 6 p.m. to about 9 p.m. It's not as large as it used to be before. Yes, inflation, but he still gets patronage. He's still buying chicken. He's still roasting chicken. He's still roasting gizzard. He's still roasting suya. What exactly is happening to us? At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X. All right, drop a comment there. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right, Jude, good morning. The pump price for our favorite beverage, it has increased. You go to those fast food, those very fancy bars and restaurants, you would not see drink. Before, we can do 3-4 bottles. What do you want us to do, Jude? Not everybody is going to be like you and be going to those places. We'll go to our mama puts. We'll go to where we buy matching grand. I know one. Jude, come, follow me. Let me show you the way. This is the reason why things are changing. We now know that our local places can be better built so that everybody can enjoy. Leave all those people with their AC. Who AC help? Abba now. Abba, let's be honest. How can you say who AC help? Let's be honest. Sometimes when it's hot and you are going to eat, you want to be in a cool place. Let's be honest. Which one is AC they help, I beg? AC they help. Innocent from SARS Road says, Judge always spits value. I honestly love the way he coordinates his thoughts. Indeed, nobody can stop, our reggae. Meanwhile, Jude, I ate a plate of gari and fufu, right? Or I eat a plate of gari and fufu of my choice soup, valued at 1,000 naira. There's another place I get at 1,700 naira where the shop has a level of packaging. Innocent from SARS Road. You see, a level of packaging. All right, so that's 1,000 naira that has been sent this morning. Francis says, June, rice, beans, and 2 pomo standard 700 naira. Ogbogoro, nobody can cheat you with that one. So 700 naira rice, beans, stew, 2 pomo 700 naira. That's what this person is eating. Interesting. It says, June, good morning. Well, the reason why we are going for our BUKA regularly now is because they are beginning to meet up to the quality of standards in those other restaurants. I agree. It's chefs that used to cook those places. It's best chef as yes. It's chef. Chef is CHEF. Please, Oga. Chef. CHEF. All right. So it's chefs that used to cook in those places. Here is our mothers and sisters, and their hand too, they're strong. Me, if I want to eat eba and soup with 2 meat these days, 1,000 naira. But if I want to add extra eba, 1,002 or 1,003. Okay, so 700, 1,000, 1,007, 1,003, 1,002. Don't forget, the second part of my question is, when you go out to these street vendors, aka to these BUKAs, how much are you spending on food? On Facebook, Daniel Okuku says, it depends on the location or hunger taste. Mine is 1.8 for rice, while Eba is 1.5. 1.8 for rice. Rice and what exactly? Rice and fish, rice and stew. Let's know how you are eating your own food. And, why aren't you going to those bars? Why? What exactly is the challenge for you? All right, this one here, Chidi says, good morning. See, since we were small, if you wanted something sweet and tasty, you go to your BUKA. If you wanted something with more quality, no problem, go to your restaurant. Nobody's holding you. But these days, I can assure you, even those BUKA people are beginning to match those people in the restaurant. Take it from me, Chidi. Magnus is on the line for mile 3. Magnus, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning. Welcome.
Yes. Jude, these days we seem to be spending money in the hands of these people than the normal restaurants. I ate this morning 1,500. Just a small rice.
Small rice.
A plantain.
Just small.
Just 1 meat.
Just 1 meat. 1.5.
1,500.
You belefuso?
You don't believe me, Jude.
Wow.
As we speak, I'm even looking for another people. It's very soon.
Wow.
It's becoming something else. And I don't know who to hold.
You don't know who
I will just join.
But wait, Magnus, wait, hold on, Magnus. Let me ask you. Now, if you had the opportunity or the choice, why didn't you go and eat in a fast food restaurant instead?
Jude, I'm used to that. In the morning, you eat some light food, maybe rice. Then in the afternoon, you need to look for a solid food, maybe gari or some other thing to eat. But even where I eat, a plate of gari is 2,000 naira. Just a plate.
Wait, where you eat? Is it a BUKA? Is a restaurant type
thing? Normal restaurant.
Normal restaurant. 2,000. Magnus.
We're going to calculate the money we are spending. I don't know.
Magnus, somebody said they used to eat 1.5 ebao and soup. Maybe you will change your location.
Well, I don't know, because I stayed around Ajib. So I don't know. Ajib things in something. It seems to be very expensive.
So okay, so maybe that's why. All right, so
location.
Okay, now finally, before I let you go, Magnus, would you go to a restaurant? Your big restaurant, let's not make sure names, your fast food restaurant or those big fancy ones, would you go there this weekend if you had the money to carry your partner, your friends? Will you go there, or would you prefer to go to your local bar and drink and eat?
Jude, we are used to those local things now. We are used to those local things. So even when we have other eateries, we are used to those local things. And this local thing seems to be very expensive. That's just the truth.
If it's expensive, what will the bars inside?
Then I'll still adapt to those local things.
Okay.
One joint we used to go out to Ogogoro sometimes. I believe this weekend I will visit that joint at the Ogogoro.
Is that place that used to do matching gram pium pium?
You know
my brother. It's like we have the same idea. We will not. Well, don't worry. We'll relate. Don't worry. We know how these things go.
Those things are very expensive. That's the truth.
All right, Magnus.
We'll manage it.
We'll manage it. It's like everybody. This. Okay. Let's not go and broadcast this thing. And everybody they go and cast it our place that we used to go to. I don't trust these Port Harcourt people. They used to hear things anyhow. 017-923-0002. 017-923-0003. We have Chukuma on the line. Before we get to Chukuma, this one here says, good morning. See, if you want good food, go to a woman who has been cooking for years, whether she's under the tree or inside a bush. As long as people go there, that means her hands are good. Leave all these fast food restaurants. Even if they're bush, I should enter. Hey, Chukuma from Audley Road, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Chukuma.
Yeah, for me, I before now I used to eat all those gas and all of that until I knew that the hygiene level, some of them is not not what I can contain. One experience I had, I was just trying to move forward to ask them to give me more soup, and I now found a basin that has this water they used to wash all the plates, and the water has already turned yellow. We'll rinse the plate from there and use it and put soup and all of that. After that day, I was like,
that was easy.
I stopped eating in all those. So it's better for me to go to all those big restaurants. I know that they have enough water. They have piped water there. You used to wash their plates, and so roughly I spend, if I want to eat, sometimes if I want to take swallow, I spend like 9,000, 10,000.
Jesus.
In GRA.
How much? Wait, Chukuma. How much did you just call?
It used to be 6,000, but now it's around 9,000.
9,000 naira.
Vegetable soup, goat meat, and 2 bowls of eba. In one, I don't want to mention them, but those restaurants in a popular GRA, inside GRA, around those places, where they are like 4 of them also are joined together. It's there. So, but before there, I used to eat in all those BUKAs because I really want to save money. But after that day, when I saw this thing, I don't know if I say I will remain hungry. So that is the way.
Okay, all right.
If they can improve on their hygiene, that would be better.
Okay, so if you can find a place that has good hygiene, you wouldn't mind.
I've been looking for.
My brother,
I've been looking for.
You have not been checking well, oh. These big boys like you that used to drive around, you not see well. People like us, I know the streets, know the corral. Send me a message. I'll tell you some places to go. Let's not be sharing our secret anyhow. But thank you very much for calling, Chukuma. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you. All right. Yes. So once again, I would love everybody to thrive. Whether you have a fast food place, a full-on bar or restaurant, you have a pub somewhere, a hangout spot, it will be good for everybody, to get through. Not everybody's going to go to the BUKA, true. Not everybody's going to go to, the restaurant, true. But it will be good, that your target audience have their options. But as people are complaining, talking about those who are bakers, caterers, fast food restaurant owners, you don't get to hear the complaint so much, which is why we're here, which is what we have learned this morning. My name is Jude. Thank you. Good morning.
Nigeriainfo. Right back after this.
Mom, let's celebrate Christmas.